South Ward Councilman Jim Costin with another Business of the Week at SouthTrenton.com. We're focusing on the arts for this week, and we have with us South Trenton native Thom Reaves Jr. We are not actually in South Trenton, but we're at Artworks, which is located off of
Stockton.
Stockton and Fronts, yes. Sort of Fronts.
Fronts, okay.
Right, near the DMV. We're inside, there's a gallery, and they let artists rent space and so forth. But you're a South Trenton native, you do South Trenton arts.
Yes.
You live and breathe South Trenton.
Yes.
Yes. And we're here to talk about some of the art you do. You want to talk about Club Yeah a little bit? This is so cool.
I love New York things, besides Trenton things. And I guess I was inspired by this piece by Josephine Baker.
Of the Banana Dance.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do pictures of her, and I haven't done them yet, but that kind of just took me into that whole jazz age in Harlem and all that was going on with music and everything, and I just kind of sketched this out, and I saw the sketch, and I said, it's going to be a perfect painting, so I started on this one. And
how long, like, from sketching to this, how long did it take?
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Because I started on it, and I started working on it and didn't finish it. I put it aside for almost 2 years, and right before the show, I said, well, let's finish it and make it the centerpiece of the show. So a few weeks to talk. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And the creativity to go into it. Wow, and it really, you draw some things you can look at and admire. This draws your eye. You walk in, you look at that, you're like, oh, what is it? Then look at the detail in that.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing it. I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, it's a cool thing. Folks are interested in buying.
Oh, sure.
How could they do that?
You can get in touch with me by email. What is it? Thom Reaves at yahoo.com.
R-E-A-V-E-S.
It's THOM REAVES at yahoo.com. You can also give me a call. My cell phone number is 609-610-5123.
We've got some other pieces in here. You're doing a series, I'm a New Yorker. Get that Brooklyn accent. So we got some of the ones you did here. Now, did you think of these in terms of 4 at once? Or did you do one and then say, okay, I'll do this other one? Or, I mean, tell me about the creative process. Someone who lacks all creativity. Tell me about how the creative process works for it.
Well, I'm just kind of inspired by words. And I wanted to do a series on New York because I did my series on Trenton, and I also did a Bucks County series.
We've got a few of your Trenton series in our house.
Yeah. Very nice. So I wanted to do the New Yorker series, and these were made specifically so I could start making prints, because people have told me for years that I need to make prints of my work. So I started to do them, and I just kind of thought about the accent of New Yorker. Nice. And so I'm a New Yorker company.
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, and it's just kind of playing with words. I mean, this one's New York Knishes. That's really the one that kind of melds words. I mean, the other ones are pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's, I just really have fun making images.
Where do you do most of your work?
Where?
Do you do it here at Artworks?
No, I don't do any work here at Artworks, actually.
It's just display.
Right. Just out of my house now. I used to have a studio, but now
2nd Street.
Back home. Yes.
Okay. So you got an area set up where you got your paints and your canvases, you do your thing.
Yeah, my living room.
Hey, well, hey, or it's an art studio if that's what you got. If you got paint out. I do want to show a couple pieces. You're well known in some parts for Pork Roll Baby.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go take a look at Pork Roll Baby.
That's my baby.
Yes, we've got a couple Pork Roll Babies in our house. This looks like a fairly recent Pork Roll Baby.
No, it's made
2004.
2004.
But
yeah.
you had some that predated that by a lot.
Did
right? Yeah, the one we have, Pork Roll Baby, I know is before 2004.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember. Okay.
Tell us about Pork Roll Baby. What inspired Pork Roll Baby?
That was when I started with my thinking of Trenton and wanting to do things about Trenton.
Trenton is pork roll.
Yes. Trenton.
Plain and simple.
Pork roll was created in Trenton. And
heavily consumed in Trenton.
Still. And,
yes, still.
I honestly don't
I got a
remember.
6.5-year-old that loves pork roll. Yes.
Me too. I honestly don't remember the exact point where I created pork roll.
But he's kind of he's like almost like a comic book character.
Yes.
He's a pork roll baby. He just goes around and does stuff.
Yes.
And your pictures, you see him in varying degrees of doing different stuff.
Yes.
which is totally cool, because it's a piece of art, but it's in a way it's almost three-dimensional because he's personified. He does things. He's got characteristics, which I think is really cool.
Wears a diaper at first, and then I just started putting him in
we have a diaper.
Yeah. You had the very first one.
The
very
first
original painting. Yes.
Well, I gotta knock you off and send my kids to college, right? You do some religious art too, which I think this is powerful. I call it religious art. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you'd turn it into something else.
Yeah. I wanted to do some religious art basically, and I wanted to do a painting of the crucifixion. It's the first of a series because I like to do series work. I was going to do Christ on the cross in different sections. So the feet would be down here, a hand there, a hand there, torso, head. That was the first one.
Have you got other pieces of it?
No, not yet.
They're in progress.
No.
They're percolating.
They didn't even start yet. but they're up here.
They're up there. Well, they don't get up. Now, we talked about pork roll. We have to get back. I mean, this is, when I see this, I think Thom Reaves. It's very much that bold, almost, I'm not sure what circa is. There's a lot of emotional stuff going on in here.
Yeah.
You got the guy seeing these Prozac, the lady who clearly loves pork roll, offering to soothe him with that. And pork roll is a good substitute for Prozac. For anybody that doesn't know, you can substitute Prozac with pork roll.
There you go.
And it works really well. Cholesterol goes to the roof, but you're eating good and you're feeling good.
And you're feeling good. That's right. That's right.
The inspiration behind this?
A sketch in my one of my sketchbooks. I always carry sketchbooks around with me, and it's so long ago. And I just doodled, and I had it in there for years. At least I think the sketch for this was probably around 2000, year 2000, and then one day I said, I really gotta paint that, because I love it. I love that comic. I said I had to paint it, and that's what I came up with. People think it's Oprah.
Oh, do they? I don't think Oprah would be honking pork roll, egg, and cheese. But it's just, that also personifies Trent. Pork roll. Where else are you going to see that in Trent? In a nice fried sandwich, pork roll, egg, and cheese. That's just perfect.
We got one more pork roll baby on the books here.
Where's the?
Right here.
Yeah, you should touch those. I should not. Solar bean. This could be trouble. Yes, that is one of the early on pork roll babies that we saw. That's just cool. Pork roll babies going around doing stuff. He's spreading the good news about Trenton and the healthiness of pork rolls and so forth. So that's really cool. You got anything? You're still working on the Christ series, and you got your I'm a New Yorker series going. You got any other things working on? Is pork roll baby done, or do you still get inspired from time to time?
From time to time.
Okay.
But I also do, write comic strips.
Yes, that's right. You want to make a pitch for the soap opera that you're filming.
Well, yeah, that's the next thing. I'm actually doing a soap opera, which I was told not to call it a soap opera. It's a web drama series. So it's going on the web, and it's going to be called Southborough because it takes place in South Trenton. And right now we're getting together the auditions and setting everything up.
Southborough Project.
Southborough Project.
Borough, BOROUGH.
Yes. .webs.com.
Southboroughproject.webs.com.
Yes.
And it's a cool website. Actually, I went and looked at it today.
Oh, great.
So that's exciting. Thom, I'm glad you're here. You're part of the kind of the blossoming art scene in Trenton. Not everybody knows it's here, but I think the really cool stuff that maybe you see in galleries around us, a lot of it comes from Trenton. So that's cool. Glad you're in South Trenton. Glad to call you friend. So
yes,
thanks, man. Keep painting.
Yep.